This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined by Mams Taylor over Zoom today. Mams, good to see you again. First interview of 2026. How's life? How is everything going?
Fredericks, thanks for having me. Good to see you. Everything is going wonderfully well, except for the ice storm that we've just had, which was lovely. But yeah, no complaints.
How are all your animals? I know you're very passionate about your animals. How are they in the ice storm?
Um, Honestly, I'm not kidding. I think I worked um, manual labor stuff 12, 15-hour days in between making calls, taking Zooms, making plans. Like it was just no sleep and all work for the last like week and a half. Um, but I'm not complaining. I think I worked really hard to make sure that the animals stay comfortable, their feet, their fur, their coats. You don't want them to overheat. You turn the heater off. You go back, give them warm water, um, so on and so forth. It's a lot of work, but they've gotten through it pretty well.
Pretty good, pretty good. Keeping things moving. Doing two jobs instead of one. Taking the calls and the animals. All right, we'll go straight into it today then. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora for the first ever Misfits Pro card. It's starting with a bang. A lot of people didn't expect this.
Bang bang, indeed. And listen, let me tell you, there's there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of silent L's we take, and then there's silent W's we take. People don't understand. Like there's so much work, and a lot of 4D chess was involved in this, and I think we did well. What I take pride in is there's 4D chess involved without breaking any morals. And I really, really am proud to say that. There was very clever, good work to get this done. And I can't tell you how great the team is. Amir Abdullah is just amazing, really good with the fighters, really cares, genuine guy, very, very, very good partner, knowledgeable. Um, I'm always impressed by him. Kala, Nissa, I mean, they're as loyal as you can get. They're just good people. Again, excellent at what they do. And I feel that we have, along with JJ on side, with his enthusiasm and his energy and his fan base and the marketing he brings to the table and the passion that we all have collectively for the sport, I think we've really amassed a super team. So it's not a one promoter thing. We're all together. I'm very happy to be in the background of MF Pro. Yes, of course, people know. Um, it was my baby to begin with, the idea, the concept, and I'm really proud of the partners I have and how they've taken it on board. And everyone's just we're raising the baby together, you know. And it's always been a passion of mine, boxing, combat sports in general. Something I've been a student of in all aspects. So I'm very proud of it, and I think this is a fantastic way to start things off. MF Pro. You don't see many. I think there's always one face. You've got your Eddie Hearn, you've got your Oscar De La Hoyas, you've got people. There's always one face, but in this one, for me, I'm going to be in the background. I don't want my cowboy hat um, and the association of me with Misfits making people misconstrue MF Pro and make it think that we're going to have tag team pro boxing or something like that. We're not. It's very serious. It's a very traditional, beautiful product executed with some edge. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's really needed. It's not just another traditional boxing promotion. There's going to be some edge to it. And as always, I think fairness, transparency, the treatment of the fighters. Derek Chisora said to me, I've never seen a contract this fair from a promoter. And when he said that, it made me really happy. He's like, I sent it to my lawyer. He goes, I don't have too many notes on this, and that's like a very, very high compliment. Again, we want to take care of the fighters, the fans, and look, like always in anything, everyone makes mistakes along the way, but it's about not repeating those mistakes if you can. So, yeah, I'm very proud and excited about this product.
Is it almost full circle, the fact that Misfits Boxing started in the O2 Arena? and then MF Pro will also start in the O2 Arena.
You could say that, yes. I mean, I think the second we started working on this fight, it was between this and Derek wanted Tottenham Stadium, you know, and obviously JJ's allergic to Tottenham Stadium as much as a vampire is to garlic. So
So
anyway,
basically, you would have sold what more tickets at Tottenham Stadium. So basically, you're saying hair size stopped Derek Chisora from making a lot more money on ticket
no,
sales, right?
no, I think there are a lot of factors, but I like the full circle story. Let's go with that, Fredericks.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's the PR aspect of it.
Yeah.
When will we hear the undercard being announced? I know Calla said Vidal Riley will be co-main.
Yeah, I guess he let the cat out the bag. Vidal Riley, one of the most exciting signings. I'm so proud to have Vidal on the roster. Listen, the guy wanted to defend his British title, and uh, and his opponent was nowhere to be seen. And so we move on to bigger and better things. And he's still the champ. But it's going to be another title in his on his mantelpiece, hopefully.
All right. Well, there's the first MF Pro show ticked off. Got it announced. When's the first crossover boxing event happening for Misfits this year? Normally, it's always a banger January event, but this year that wasn't the case. I think we'll start with that. Why was there no January event for Misfits this year?
There was a lot going on behind the scenes to make this happen and tie it into other things as well. I think again, I've got renewed energy, invigorated energy, and hope. I think new and fruitful things are coming, and I can't say too much on it, Fredericks. Honestly, I'm going to ramble and just sound like a politician. The reality is, I'm not in a position to say too much, but I think we're in a really fantastic and fun place between MF Pro and Misfits Boxing. We're going to have a lot of events this year, a lot of fun ones, and working on some great fights already.
Which one will have more shows this year, MF Pro or crossover?
I think about the same,
About six each then.
something like that, Fredericks.
Very nice indeed. Sneako came out on Twitter and said he was offered $500,000 to fight on Misfits Boxing.
Also, I got a call yesterday from Misfits. Well, somebody who knows somebody at Misfits. It was like a liaison. And they called and they said, we want you to fight for $500,000. We want you to box somebody for $500,000.
Did you guys offer him that amount of money? And did you guys offer him a fight?
None of your business if we offered him that kind of money. If he wants to talk about it, he can, but we don't do that and often. And I will say that Sneako Tate is a very interesting fight. I think there's genuine beef there. I want Sneako to know that, obviously he'd be treated very well and taken care of, and they have a beef. And listen, Sneako is he's not too bad on the pads and on the bag, and he held his own against Sean Strickland. I
Hmm.
think he's got that toughness to him as well. I think there's a weight discrepancy. We'd have to work that out, but who knows?
I guess Tate would have to go down weight, but I guess he went so far up weight last time. Going down weight wouldn't be as bad, right?
He didn't go up in weight too much. I mean, did you see the guy didn't have any body fat on him? So it's something that we got to figure out.
What did you think of Sneako versus Sean? Oh, can't say the words. What did you think of Sneako versus Sean Strickland spar?
That's what I mean. I thought he did well to. I wouldn't say he held his own, but he refused to go down, and he's got that like dog in him where he's got that stubbornness. Um, so I've wanted Sneako on Misfits for a while now.
Yeah, I remember him years ago. What was it, 2023 when he was going back and forth with Bazinga from the Sidemen? And I remember that was sort of that buzz of that fight was going around. And then things went a bit more quiet, and then this Tate stuff's come around. So yeah, Tate and Sneako would be pretty good to see.
I I missed that Sneako and Bazinga one. That would have been a fun one to make. I don't think Bazinga would fight though.
Nearly as good as Bazinga and Weller.
Uh yeah, that was close. That was close. I was upset that didn't happen.
Was
I
that the
think
closest fight? Was that one of the closest fights you've ever had to just going over the line and get it signed off in terms of one of the biggest
no,
ones?
no, no. Well, it was one of the biggest ones. I've had other fights, that contracts have been signed and then the guy changes his mind. I've had all kinds of situations. I couldn't even remember all of them at this point. Like I say, there's a lot of silent L's and silent W's that people just don't see.
Staying in that sort of genre, Clav was obviously been streaming a lot of Tate and Sneako, the viral stream very, very recently. Clav and Bryce Hall were going back and forth, and you've obviously chimed in a few times on Twitter. Is this something you're kind of seriously looking into, making this fight between Clavicular versus Bryce Hall?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be a fun fight. And we saw Clavicular throwing hands in the parking lot yesterday, Fredericks.
I know his mate. I saw his mate had like a black eye.
He's getting that practice in for Bryce.
Have you reached out to either person?
Personally, yeah, Bryce and I have a great relationship. I've known him for a long time, and Brad as well, his manager. Um, Very nice guys. And I think one of our reps has spoken or is speaking to Clav.
I interviewed Clav recently at the Brown Risk event. I had him and Charles DeMoor in one of the interviews, and Clav was saying like the return on investment for him for fighting wouldn't be too high because his whole thing is looks maxing, right? So like he's got to be like have his face a certain way. So if he goes to get punched in or the sparring and gets punched, would be something that he'd really want, would it?
What if they have a body shot fight only?
Like body
Maybe that's
sparring.
yeah, like body sparring, but a fight to the death, not to the death, but a fight with just body shots.
Would you ever do Misfits Hunger Games?
No,
No, not on the radar. Okay,
not my
right.
thing.
Let's go down on one of the other things. Aaron the Plumber. You had the big back and forth for Aaron the Plumber, all these phone calls, and it appears that he was meant to fight on Brown Risk, and then the Brown Risk one got called off because he was injured. What's the sort of situation now of Aaron the Plumber? Is he and Misfits Boxing done now? Are you parted ways completely?
I'll leave that to the legal team. I don't give a shit about Aaron the plumber. What else can we talk about? He can fight. Like as far as I'm concerned, let him be someone else's headache.
All right, Chase DeMoor said on Twitter yesterday if he's a free agent. What's the situation with Chase?
He has 2 fights left in his contract, so I'm not sure his definition of free agent, but he's not a free agent. I just don't want to get on Twitter and say, look, I've learned a lot, and sometimes just even if fans want to know, you can't win when you speak on Twitter and you make tweets. It gets taken the wrong way. People have the wrong perception of you and everything else, and yeah, it's not the case. Chase is very much with us, and I think it's. I don't know if it's a negotiation tactic or what. I don't know. But look, I love Chase. He's a great champion. Um, he he definitely, I think we've built Chase very, very well. And he's built himself very well in terms of he's put in the work. I can't go to the gym for him. He's gone to the gym, put in the hours. Is he the prettiest fighter when you watch him? No. But people are deceived when they spar him. You've got Ty Mitchell and accomplished boxers on that level who are like, that guy's a tough guy, you know? Um, I'm Obviously we were trying to make the Darren Till fight. There was a lot of back and forth, but ultimately Chase is going to go. He's going to go a different way. I did try to make that fight happen.
What stopped that
Once
fight? What stopped the fight from happening?
I don't know. Um, I don't know. You'd have to ask Chase. I think. I agreed to all the terms and everything that Chase wanted, and I think he just wants to go into a different direction now. But look, let me tell you, Chase is, he's a driven guy, he's a tough guy, and he's a big, strong boy, and he's very deceptive. And I think people watch him and they're like, oh man, I could beat him up, and then they get in the ring and they find out it's not that easy, So we'll see. At the end of the day, obviously, every champion has to take their mandatory, but Darren is not heavyweight mandatory for the moment. He'd have to have a couple of fights for that. But I've got an exciting, exciting fight for Darren, and I've got some fun plans for Chase. I think, maybe down the line that clash happens, but for now, it is what it is.
So do you reckon the Chase will do the rematch with Tate, or do you reckon he'll have a fight before he does the rematch with Tate?
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay. All right, going down the list as we go on, ticking things off as we go. Okay, Sami Hamed claimed in an interview recently, I've not been happy with the activity that Misfits is giving me. Your thoughts on Sami Hamed's comments, sir?
Well, I really like Sami. I think he's going to go the pro route. Um, I think he's a lovely guy. His dad is an absolute legend who I have nothing but massive respect for. But I think they have the wrong conception of how crossover boxing works. You might get a fight to build your record here and there, or you might get an easier fight here and there. But on the whole, it's got to be action packed and well matched, for the most part. So, I think Sami's team thought that the likes of a couple of fighters, such as, there were a couple of fighters I suggested, and they were a bit hesitant on taking them. And I think I really tried to make the Nick LMAO fight with Sami. I really tried to make a handful of other ones as well. And I think if he wants to build his record and get more time in the ring, I think he's got massive potential, to do really well. And I think he's actually perfect for this scene. So it's a shame. But I offered him a handful of fights.
And he didn't accept.
That's right, yeah.
What's next for the lightweight division? Foxy G, obviously a champion, head of two very, very good wins last year against Willie Sharks and Little Cray Cray. Are you gonna do Fox the G versus Dean the Great next? Are you gonna Dean rematch Vargas? Are you gonna have Fox versus Conor McGregor's photographer, Dave Fogarty? What's the plan here?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You keep asking about plans, Fredericks, but the reality is I like surprises more than revealing plans. So they're all possibilities. They're all fun fights. Fox the G is our champ, and he's certainly a big priority for this year. Dean and Vargas, was it fully settled? I guess maybe it does warrant a rematch. We'll see.
Okay. What about Jully Poca being taken by MVP? What's going on here?
Well, Jully, as you guys know, I love Jully. I think she's a fantastic talent. She's really, really charming, really hardworking, very talented. I don't think she's at the level where MF Pro would, take her on right now. But I wanted her to carry on her crossover journey and fight Cyborg. And I don't think that was appealing to her. I tried to make that fight happen for this year. Hence why Cyborg was entering the rankings. And I've been speaking with her and her team for a while now. So, I don't know. I guess it wasn't appealing to Jully to fight Cyborg just yet, and she wanted to fight pros and have a pro career. So I think MVP is a good place for her to try to build that. And I think she's let's see how it goes for her. But we love Jully, and we of course wish her all the best.
Had her contract run out, or was it halfway through a contract?
Um, well, what happened is I basically allowed her to have an early release a few months ago, so she can explore other options. When I saw that it's not gonna, and I saw people saying Mams fumbled and everything, but look, if you see someone else's point of view that they can grow better with towards their goals, I may disagree with what their goals should be, but if that's what's in her heart, I'm not going to keep her hostage, and it's all amicable. Her manager Lucas is the loveliest guy, and who knows? Maybe she'll come back one day, and maybe let's see. Let's see. We wish her the best of luck in her pro career, and let's see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not this evil promoter that's going to keep you under lock and key if your genuine intentions don't align with my vision for you, and that's it.
What's next for Dillon Danis?
Dillon the Crow Danis. Now, there's a man that sends shivers down spines all around the building when he enters, Fredericks, including yours, after the incident where he slapped away your microphone effortlessly and threw it on the floor, and you knelt down in fear and agony. Dillon the Crow Danis the world's most dangerous man. He will be back, and he will be back soon.
Will he be on the next crossover boxing show?
Perhaps he will.
When was the last time you spoke to Dillon
But
Danis?
of course, I spoke to him yesterday.
And what was he in good spirits?
He's saying that he's very excited to fight and show the world why he is the #1 pound for pound MMA fighter on the whole planet.
What did he say exactly? And do your impression of him.
Oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight 18. What's the point of that? Just I want to fuck someone else. Fuck him.
Is every phone call with Dillon Danis sort of the same?
No,
He didn't say the same things each time.
he doesn't say the same exact thing each time. No.
Exact things each time. Okay. Okay. I think that's a little bit. That might be it for today. I think I've pretty
Oh
covered.
wow.
Yeah, I know. Pretty a bit of a shorter one. I sort of covered all these points. Oh, actually, I got one more thing. What did you think of Adam 22 and Jason Luv on Brand Risk?
What did I think of it? I didn't see it. I hope it was a good fight. I hope it was entertaining for everyone. I'm focused right now on Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora. We've got some really good things going on. But yeah, love it, man. Fredericks, always a pleasure.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much.